board meeting of the town of East Troy. It's May 20th, 2024, 6 p.m. Roll call, Chairman Clarkowski here.
Leonard here.
Church here.
John are here.
And unless Michelle shows up absent. Post order for this meeting.
Yes, they are.
Okay, we have two items on the agenda. One of them is the 2024 road bids, and then appoint a board review alternate. So,
They were kept in the locked drawer in my locked office and another locked door.
okay, first one is Scott Construction, received 5/15, 2:03 p.m. Ooh,
Well, and I don't know which ones are for old roads and which ones are new roads. So
All
I'll
right.
have to say.
Scott's will be old one.
Scott's is on old roads.
Okay.
All right, Scott Construction, total bid, who's gonna be right? Why don't you take this and I'll give these to you and then you can keep a running order. So for Scott Construction, $58,576 and no cents. And
What city are they from?
Scott Construction, right here, Baraboo, Lake Delton.
Okay, thank you. I always put that in my
All
minutes.
right.
And what is that for?
Seal coating, 3 roads. 58,576.
If you have one from Farner, that'd be also.
Okay, I'll do that one so we keep that order. Farner Asphalt Sealers Incorporated submitted 5/16/24, 1:21 p.m.
City,
What date?
One feet.
Wanakee, thank you.
Waukee. Make sure we don't cut something off. And this one should be also just for old roads, seal coating.
I don't know. I don't see where it says what roads.
All right, so you got Farner Asphalt.
Yep.
Sealers Incorporated. Same, seal coating on the same 3 roads. Total bid, $60,857.00.
Repeat that, please.
6857.
Thank you.
$60,857 even.
Thank you.
All right. We have,
I think those are all pretty new.
yeah,
So do you want to make a
so,
decision about the old road stuff first?
yeah, we could. There's nothing, Payne Dolan or Wolf or Stark doesn't have any seal, no seal coating, correct? No seal coating.
Correct.
Okay. All right, so we got here. So we got Scott Construction is the apparent low bidder, and any motion we have here should include the statement that the award would be subject to review by Attorney Mills and DPW Superintendent Shield.
I'll make a motion that we approve the bid from Scott Construction from Lake Dalton for seal coating old roads. Their bid was $58,576 and no cents. This is subject to review and approval by DPW Superintendent Todd Shield and Attorney Jim Mills.
All right, do we have a second?
I second that motion.
Joe Joyner, second. Discussion. Again, when the review takes place, hopefully there's no irregularities. Otherwise, the board will be done. So any more questions? Hearing none on the motion to approve Scott Construction, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion carries 4-0. Okay, we have 3 for what we would call, I guess in our budget, new roads, I guess. Or are we still saying these are old roads?
New roads.
New roads. Okay, the first one I got is Payne Dolan, Kenosha address. All right. The qualifications. $768,385.16. Show the bid bond. Next one is Wolf Paving, submitted 5/16/24, 3:53 PM.
Where are they located?
Wolf should be in Muskegon.
Heartland, Wisconsin. I'm gonna use the opener because.
What roads, Tom?
What's that?
What roads?
New.
Other Creek, Wolfway, Deal, and other turn to lake.
Okay. All right, so for Wolf Paving Company Incorporated, $693,638, no cents.
Oh, and South Shore.
What's that?
And South Shore.
All right, last one is Stark Pavement Corporation, Brookfield, Wisconsin. Two seals. Delivered 5/16/24, 3:34 PM. Great. Oh, okay, I missed it. Base bid number. Okay,
I wonder what they mean by base bid.
oh, it's the total.
Okay.
Um,
Who's this?
This is for
Stark.
Stark Pavement Corporation, Brookfield, Wisconsin. And Scott Nielsen is here. $663,663.00. And for the record, I'll read those roads. It's Honey Creek Road at village limits to Hams Road, 1.7 miles. Army Lake Road, 1.17 miles. Wolf Way Road, quarter mile. Beulah Meadows Road, 0.31 miles. And South Shore Drive, half a mile. Okay, I didn't keep track mentally of.
I got it here for you. So this is the difference between this.
So
these
Stark
two.
Paving and the apparent low bidder,
He's
30,000 and 75.
cheaper than him. That's cheaper than him. I didn't do it.
Yes.
So it's 105,000 almost from the other guy.
105, yes. Okay. Make a motion,
You have
fellas?
one thing.
Is that right? Oh, that ain't-
I'm missing Barner. Do you have that one down there?
I'll put them back in there.
Thank you.
This is Stark.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do this.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can do this right. I'll make a motion that we approve Stark paving for new roads with the condition of
Review and approve.
review and approval from, Attorney Mills and Todd Shield
In the amount.
in the amount of $663,663.00.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None, motion carries. 663, 663. It's amazing. All right, why don't we stack these all up? We'll take those with you today, Jim?
Sure.
Be the best. Are you still recording something there, Barb?
I'm just looking to verify the bid on this one.
Okay.
That bid is over what we budgeted.
That's right, what we had, close.
We budgeted 608,
608.
just an FYI.
Well, we also, gotta keep in mind what we gotta do by the end of the year with ARPA. We're down to like 20,000 on that, but this would be an appropriate place too. Okay, we'll get these all, we got them all. Get them over to Jim. The next item is, appoint board of review alternates. And there's been some discussion on this. First of all, we have, as I mentioned, board of review. The board of review is by our own ordinance. It's the board. Okay. Kim is the clerk of the board of review. And Kim had mentioned by law, being that she's a town resident and appointed, she could be a member of the board of review. I think being the secretary of controlling that whole operation is enough, personally. I know you can do it. I know you can. And we've always had alternates. And the reason for alternates is if an objector boots 1, 2, or 3 of us off, we have other people. Now, a quorum for the board of review is just a majority of the board. So if we had 3 people here, we could still do it. And furthermore, 2 people could actually do the hearing. And the people that are absent could even vote if they hear all the testimony. I don't know how that happens, but that's the way the state law is written. But having 2 alternates is a good thing.
Or 3.
Or 3. We can still have that discussion. I'll just mention who I'm recommending here. First of all, Bob Miller. Yes.
Joe, do you know, I had to ask this question earlier, so I don't know if you understand, like, if they come in to object their taxes, they can kick us off. I don't know if you knew, I did not know that, so, okay, that's what this
I
alternate
Okay,
is.
then
I-
they
That's
can
what
do
it-
No,
it.
but that's where the alternate comes in,
I
yeah,
briefly.
Okay, all right.
it.
Yes.
yeah, I didn't know that.
I did.
A point of correction, it's not protesting their taxes, it's protesting the assessed value
Assessed
of their
value.
home
Okay,
and property.
And having alternates is a good thing. Bob Miller was a former supervisor and chairman. I don't know how many years, many years. He was on the board of review before that. And he's been our alternate since he's been off the board for 20-some years, or about 20 years. So he's definitely one, and he did say, yes, he would help out and continue with that. And the other one, I gave you a copy of an email of Austin Dunn. He, back in December, when we were looking for committee volunteers, he volunteered, and he wasn't successful on that go around, but he said, anytime you need any help, let me know. So I took him up on it, and I waited for him to get back from Italy. He was on a trip, and he got back a couple days ago, and he said, absolutely. And you look at his little resume here, he's got an MBA, UW Whitewater, and he previously had a real estate license. So obviously what he's looking at for board of review is right up his alley, as well as Bob's. So and you had mentioned even 3, and that Chris, third person you were saying would be yourself, right?
Because I would be here,
You'd be here anyway,
exactly.
right?
I would be like the last option, but I would be here anyway.
Okay. discussion on that.
Both Bob and Austin have better credentials than I do, I think.
They're pretty good. Yeah,
Could
When
be
it
all-
comes to
that
real
could be all of
estate.
us.
okay. And again, like I said, Kim's offering to say I'd be the third and it'll be the last call. And I know you've been doing this for so many years, it's almost second nature, you know, with swearing them in and all, you know, the minutes of the meeting, and then after the meeting is done, or with the one person, you have to give them their objection form, or they can then, if they don't agree with us, they can take it to Department of Revenue,
Circuit Court.
Circuit Court, no Department of Revenue in between, right straight to Circuit Court, so they can go to a court on that. Okay, so we're like in the middle of that. Normally, this is all taken care of by the assessor at open book, but they don't always agree. Then they can come for word review.
So if we were to have Kim on, who don't,
still
do
do
you do
my
the minutes?
She would
Yeah,
still
I would
do her
still
thing.
do my duties. In fact, at their last Towns Association workshop, they recommended having your appointed clerk, as long as she's a resident, be an alternate.
Really?
Yes,
They
they
did.
did. You were sitting right there. You and Barb were both there.
I missed that. Did you hear that?
That's why the thought occurred to me. That's a never be, I
Yeah.
mean, I've always known I've had the option
Right.
to be an
By
alternate,
statute, you have the
but
option.
it was their recommendation.
Jim, you have any thoughts on that at all?
I don't foresee it being an issue, especially if she's third on the list.
Right. And
And I think
I mean-
it just keeps us from having to force somebody to go to circuit court. I mean,
Well, that'll usually be a due process type argument, or the board acted arbitrarily and capriciously.
Yeah, and some people will never agree no matter what, but before the board of review, they can make a request to bypass us and go straight to court. Okay, complicated situation, they might do that, but we've had some pretty complicated ones here,
well,
and it never went to court.
I think at the meeting that we went to, they said some of the box stores.
Mhm.
and we don't have that issue.
No, I
Yeah.
know we don't, but they said those guys automatically
They
just
go to
go to
court,
circuit
yeah.
court.
Dark stores, yeah, and I think to some extent the law has been changed to try to address that. I don't know if it's addressed it totally, but there were so many of those going to court. I do think they changed some of the law on that. We're like, you're right, we don't have any of them, any dark stores. I don't think you could call Lindy's a dark store, you know, what the name was. So I don't have a problem if Kim was on there. I guess
I'm fine.
you're fine with that.
I'm-
Like I said, my only objection was make sure that your first duty, you know, is taken care of. So Barb, do you have any problem with having three? Kim being the third?
Well, I
one?
think I think it goes above and beyond, and I don't have a problem with that at all.
Joe?
No?
All right, motion then.
I'll make a motion that the Town of East Troy's Board of Review alternates be expanded to 3. And this year, those alternates are Bob Mueller, Austin Dunn, and Clerk Treasurer Kim Buchanan.
All right, we have a second.
I'll second.
All right, Ty, second. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion carried. Okay, and one last item, the scheduled town board member workshop. We should have had this done before the first meeting. I do think the first board meeting was pretty ragged because we didn't do it before. So we certainly have to get this meeting done before our June meeting, just to get some things taken care of. So you guys know, especially the new guys, knowing what you can and can't do. So we're all to have our schedules here to see when. Obviously, the June meeting is June 10th, and we have to get it done before then. I'll be gone the week of June. I don't have to be here for that, but I would like to be. June 1st to June 8th. So I'm thinking we should do this next week. And right now, next week, Wednesday says town hall closed, so we don't do it there. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, are there any other meetings on those?
Monday's
Monday's
Memorial
Memorial
Day.
Well, okay, that's out. Okay, Tuesday, 28th, any meetings? going?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, preferably not Friday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday are available.
Why do I wrote down the 29th town hall closed?
Because it's the 27th, the town hall is closed.
I
I
can't do
wrote down the
Tuesday.
29th. You can't do Tuesday. All right, Wednesday, then is still on the table.
I can't do Wednesday.
Okay, Thursday the 30th. Thursday the 30th?
Mine is subject to discussion at this point.
At, as far as time or as far as date?
I have issues that might take precedence with one of my committees.
Oh, it could happen. You don't know yet though.
Right. I don't know when it's being scheduled.
All right. And we don't know what Michelle's got, but looks like the 30th.
I'm open tentatively on the 30th.
So is 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock? I mean,
Earlier the better.
earlier the better. Ty, you too?
Mhm.
I need 6 o'clock. Gotta get my kid from daycare.
You need 6. So 6 PM is okay with me. You can do 6.
Sure.
Hopefully if Barb has a meeting, it doesn't occur then. Maybe it'll occur before. 6 PM, good?
It works.
Okay, 6 PM. And we call it a workshop. I don't know what the exact title would be. I kind of called it orientation for new board members. Jim has, I guess, I don't want to call it presentation, but guidelines for town board member activity, I guess.
When we go through the budget,
Okay.
Okay. Nice.
Anything else you go through?
just different, like, things that happen during the calendar, the year. So
Okay.
they kind of know what the schedule looks like.
Okay. All right, and I'll go through things like the etiquette or decorum, what the board should or shouldn't do. One thing is no phones. That I'll address. No meetings after meetings. That happened here a little bit after the last meeting. But I'll go through those items so you know why you can and can't do these things. And Jim would be able to back me up on most of it, I would presume. So, okay, 6 PM on May 30th. Yeah. Okay, workshop, town board. Okay, there's no other meeting on this agenda.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None.
That one,
6:26.
that's the one I'm gonna get real good at.
All right. It was worth